Ooh, it's cold. Cold, cold, cold. Almost too cold to go see the animals, but I must. Big house. Another big house. Then there's a huge house. There's like an $8 million house over here. I looked it up on Zillow. Because I have been house hunting in this neighborhood and basically deciding that everything is too expensive. Maybe I'll just stay in my apartment. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Going to DC in February, dress warm. It's already cold. I'm cold. I'm not used to this weather. This is like, it's like 7 Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit, just that it's cold. It rarely, in Hong Kong, it rarely ever got below 7 or 5. But why am I using a scooter? The scooters aren't, I mean, they're around, but they're not like mega common. I'd say scooters are like raccoons. Yeah, you see them every now and then. They're not like squirrels that are just flipping everywhere. Privet, how is it going? Well, Russians don't think it's cold, I'm sure. Oh, take his glasses off. So we're gonna walk over to the zoo. It's about a mile walk over to the zoo. So it's gonna take, what's a mile take? 15, 20 minutes to hike. It's kind of downhill. So we're gonna walk over to the zoo. Right now, this is a private park. The neighborhood got together and bought this park, and then they administrate it. It's open to the public, but it's hey, how's it going? But it's technically a private park, so you can't really have a picnic there, but you can walk through there with your dog. England has lots of private parks owned by the people in the neighborhood. So we are walking through the Woodley Park, Cleveland Heights neighborhood of Washington, D.C. in upper northwest. This is a rather tony neighborhood. We're making our way over to the zoo, which is on Connecticut Avenue down that way. It's going to take us about 15 or 20 minutes to get down to the zoo, and then we'll go see the pandas. Because who likes pandas? I like pandas. I like pandas. We're going to go see pandas, and we're going to go see other things. So this place is for sale. This is probably $2 million US for a place like this. Ooh. Comments aren't coming through, but that's normal because the internet in this country is pretty pathetic. Wow, look at those numbers go up. 180, then down to 80, and then back up and over and around and 75. It's just, who knows? Who knows? You went to DC Lincoln Memorial. Oh, cool. I have broken the live scooters. Yeah, Lincoln is a pretty fun memorial. A bit crowded compared to, say, Jefferson. Nobody likes Jefferson. Let's just keep going. So my sons went trick-or-treating in this neighborhood. They got a pretty good score. Man, that's like a Charlie Brown looking Christmas tree. Is that a Christmas tree or is it a cacti? I have no idea. Wow, look at that rock wall. That's a pretty nice rock wall. So, not really sure what we're going to eat today for lunch. Probably Nando's. Maybe Mexican, but I'm thinking maybe Nando's. How far is... I live in this neighborhood. I did hear about the Lime recall. To be honest, I shy away from Lime scooters unless I really need them. I prefer the Birds and the Lyft scooters. I think they're better built. The Lime scooters are just really noisy, especially when you ride on these bricks and stuff like that. It's just like clank, 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 clank. And the Bird scooters are just a bit more solid. We have another company called Skip that's got some pretty good scooters too, but for those who don't know what I'm talking about, there are electric scooters all over the District of Columbia. You can scan them with your phone and ride them pretty much anywhere. Yeah, this whole pedestrian right-of-way thing is still a foreign concept to Americans. Oh, look at this tree. Isn't this pretty? It is an empty street. It's most of the people in this street have already gone to work or to school for the day. I believe I'm on, that was 35th Street, I think, or Reno Road. And this is Newark, but I'm going to cut over to Macomb Street soon because Macomb Street goes all the way through to the zoo. And I think this dead ends up ahead. We're over halfway. Oh, this is some big old houses. This used to be kind of like the country in DC. That's why you see these country-style houses with big patios in the front. This is the zoo in the city. Yes, it's right in the middle of the city in Rock Creek Parkway. Rock Creek is a giant park, about 1,800 acres, that runs through the heart of Washington, D.C. In the old days, it was kind of a de facto dividing line between white and black D.C. But nowadays, the city is more integrated. The zoo was designed by, what's his name, Olmsted, who also, I believe, designed Central Park. Olmsted Gardens, and Olmsted was a famous landscape guy who did Central Park and the National Zoo. There's some big old houses back here. This is Washington, D.C. You are at 33rd and Newark Street, and we're cutting over to, is this a very nice, rather expensive neighborhood in Washington, D.C. This used to be the countryside of Washington, D.C. When the city was much smaller. Houses up here were regarded as out in the country. Now, of course, they're urban. House prices, I think, average about $2 million in this neighborhood, though there are some that go much, much higher than that, like probably this one. Washington, D.C. doesn't have an uber-rich population like Hong Kong. I mean, sure, there are billionaires here, I'm not going to be stupid. But there are a lot of double income wealth. Two income professionals, say 2 attorneys, each making $250,000 a year. So that's a household income of $500,000 US. That's not bad. So there are a lot of families like that. These leaves are pretty. It was a pretty tree, yeah. Well, there are billionaires everywhere. There are a lot more of them in Hong Kong per square foot. That's a big old house. I was watching K-pop videos this morning, kind of missing Asia. I was watching Time Machine by Girls' Generation. That's a beautiful ballad. I love the look at the end of the video. The singer gives you this look, and I just said, all guys need a woman who looks at them that way while wearing a wedding dress in the snow in the streets of Tokyo. Well, maybe not that second part, I don't know. No, Washington is not about flash. I don't think I've seen a Lamborghini in months, not since I left Hong Kong, of course. I've seen a couple Ferraris. Washington is about practicality. You will see Range Rovers and whatnot, but it's actually kind of the DC culture is not about flash. It's not about, ridiculous displays of wealth. It's about having a $3 million home, yet driving a Jeep. And that's kind of just the character of the upper middle class here in Washington. Yeah, it was kind of passé to, kind of gauche to have opulent displays of wealth. I mean, there are people, don't get me wrong, there are. But the traditional Washington, upper middle class, waspy type person was not about having a Lamborghini. Was more about sending their kid to a good school and driving a sensible car and wearing sensible clothes and sensible shoes. That's changed a bit, but not as much as, say, New York or Hong Kong, where it's all about the flash, or even in Dubai and stuff, where you've got to have an expensive car. That's a duplex over there. We looked at a rundown duplex the other day. Total gut. We'd have to gut the entire thing. And they wanted $775,000 for 2,400 square feet. Or was it 2,800 square feet? But most of that footage was the basement. I was just like, spend $750,000, then spend 300,000 or so on renovations. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think so. We'll hold our money for a while. That's a big pink house. Oh God, I'm thinking now I got John Cougar in my head. That's not a little pink house though. That's like a big pink houses for you and me. Wow, look at this one. This also looks pink. Maybe the eyes are just fading. Yeah, in Washington, D.C. Place this size that you're looking at right now is easily a couple $1 million. This place is probably $1.5 million, this yellow one. 1 to 1.5 million, 1.2 maybe. But then this bigger place is easily 1.6. And then this modern one that's been renovated is easily over the $2 million mark. I have no idea where the people get this money. I mean, where do you just end up having $400,000 in cash for a mortgage? I just don't understand that. These, the house that we looked at was built 1925. I think most of these were probably built between World War I and World War II. They have good jobs, but I think that they had like a big bonus at one point. Oh, I'm already on Connecticut Avenue. Dang, I'm almost here. I'm almost at the zoo, guys. Oh, cool. Well, I mean, I'm not there. I'm in Cleveland Park. Cleveland Park is a neighborhood of restaurants and a really good movie cinema called the Uptown, which is one of the biggest theaters in Washington, D.C. Irish pub or four. I haven't walked. D.C. is predominantly Democrat. It votes Democrat probably 9 to 1. I think it was. I looked it up. What's the 93% vote Democrat in D.C.? There's one neighborhood known as Spring Valley that votes Republican. And it's also, not surprising, one of the most valuable, most expensive neighborhoods in the city. I think this is the new library. Neighborhood library here. What do we got over there? We've got a carpet place, a cleaners, a CVS, which is a drugstore for those overseas, coffee shop, Nanny O'Brien's, I think that's an Irish place. Brother, it's a computer printer. Oh, that's like a sewing machine repair shop. Yeah. Italian deli, fresh Mediterranean, Sababa. I don't know what the hell that is. This is the public library here. Here's some rental bikes. Are people nice? Yeah, kinda. I mean, nobody's really mean or anything. People live in silos in America. People are very, a lot of foreigners come to America, remark how amazingly friendly Americans are, but yet how they don't go to that next level. They have a difficulty making a deeper connection with Americans. Everyone is extremely polite on the face, but making a deeper connection with Americans is a little trickier for foreigners. We're okay. We're doing all right, I guess. You from and live in D.C. for 27 years. That's a long time. What would that be? 1990? What year is this? So 1991? No, I'm not in Hong Kong. I'm very much missing Asia. That's why I've been watching K-pop videos all morning. I'm living in the United States for a bit. I don't know how long. My kids are in a very good school here. So we decided to accompany our kids to this private school that they're going to here in Washington, D.C. And we'll be with them for a while. And then we'll decide what we do next, my wife and I. But we can always go back to Hong Kong. We are permanent residents of Hong Kong. 1991, married 27 years. I actually beat you. I actually moved to D.C. in 1987. Yeah, 1987. Oh, so check this out. This is the Klingle Parkway. So this road got flooded out like 15 years ago. And then the neighbors said, screw that. Don't rebuild it. So they decided not to rebuild the road. They built it as a trail. They do miss their Hong Kong friends. I miss Hong Kong. I mean, I'm jonesing for some wonton noodles big time. But you got to do what's right for the kids, and we are. My son just got his first report card the other day, and to put it bluntly, he smashed it. I mean, he just knocked it out of the ballpark. What do I miss about Hong Kong? Hong Kong is a much easier place to live than America. Yeah, I'll say it flat out, and I'll argue it to the end of the earth. It is much easier to live in Hong Kong than it is the United States. It's a hell of a lot more expensive, and it's more polluted and all that, but it's easier. You know, I don't miss the humidity, but DC is actually quite humid. It's actually quite humid and hot. And now, right now, it's cold. Oh, look at the trees are up. This is the Kennedy Warren. This is a very famous apartment building. This is like, how's it much easier? You live a village lifestyle in Hong Kong, surrounded by an urban metropolis. So, you know, you walk to the grocery store. They know your name there. They send the groceries over to you if you want them to, or you can just send your nanny to pick it up because domestic help is very cheap. You don't have to drive everywhere. You're not disconnected by sitting in a car and not talking to people. You can walk to Michelin-starred restaurants that cost $5 a person, you know. You've got like everything from, you know, $1,000 tin caviar to 25-cent, you know, buns, all within night sphere. It's just a much easier thing. How does it feel you have kids indoctrinated by Marxist lefties? I wouldn't know. It's nice. It's just very, very expensive, and the government in Hong Kong is getting more and more repressive, basically. Only been to Germany. I like Germany. Been to Frankfurt, and haven't spent much time in the south, though. I need to go to Munich. Oh, guys, guess where we're at? We're at the zoo. We are almost at the zoo. It's right here at the red light. In fact, there you can see sign. Zoo. You miss DC? Well, then you know where we're at right now. Going down Connecticut Avenue. Ooh, my hands are cold. Well, my kids go to a rather small private school. Oh, Christmas lights. How far is the Smithsonian from the zoo? Well, technically, I think the zoo is part of the Smithsonian, but the Smithsonian is actually an umbrella term for something like 12 or 15 different museums. Now, the vast, overwhelming majority of Smithsonian museums are downtown at the mall, about 2 miles from here. Bit of a hike. Though technically there are Smithsonians in other parts of town. So this is the entrance to the zoo. I guess they have some Christmas light display. It's been so long since I was here. I wonder if the animals, why don't you turn the lights on now? I'm here now, guys. This sucks.
Wait.
You need to lose.
Wait.
You need to lose.
Wait.
You need to lose.
Wait.
That's what my kids do to me all the time. Daddy, you need to lose. Wait. You need to lose. Wait. I'm just like, thanks, guys. After Thanksgiving, yeah, very traditional. Lion. All right, guys, what should we go see first? Yeah. Well, that's a good school. All right, guys, should we plan our attack? Okay, so we have entered up here. Who wants to see the cheetah? Or you want to see the panda or the buffalo or the elephants or the seals? Oh, we got to see the seals and the monkeys. Oh, we're going to be here a while, guys. Panda. Let's go find the panda. Pandas just sit around like big unemployed whales collecting welfare. I want to see the seals too. Monkeys, yeah, I think we're going to go on the panda, elephant, monkey, seal route. It's a free park, of course. All the museums, all the cultural stuff in Washington, D.C. is free. The zoo is free. The Smithsonian's are free. The art galleries are free. Why don't I have a map? Because I have been here so many flippin' times, I could draw a map in my head. Yeah, that's why I don't have a map. Because I like that. I like animals. I used to come and hang out by the seals and just watch them be sea lion silly, because they were cool. Okay, cheetah on our left. We're going to bypass the cheetah because, well, it's boring. But the kids like cheetahs. They're like, it's the fastest animal, Dad. Cheetahs are so fast. Hope we get a good signal throughout here. So I'm going to be like Dursley in Hogwarts. Do something. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, Michigan. It's probably colder there than it is here. It's empty. It's like the whole zoo is mine. Mine, mine, mine. That reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons when they were like, they went to like the historic fort and they were like looking over the fence because they didn't want to pay the admissions fee. And then the people inside are like, hey, those kids are learning for free. Get them. It's just like, yes, the crime of knowledge and culture being passed to others for zebra. Ooh, he's cool looking. Let's go back here into the Serengeti. Well, as much of the Serengeti as there is in Washington, D.C. and see a zebra. You see him? No sound. Buzzkill. Oh, who's that crazy man there? There we go. Oh, that was a great one, the Edgar Allan Poe Simpsons. So the electric fence is misfunctioning and it's just snapping. Just imagine how long it took to paint that. First you have to put the masking tape down, and then you paint the white stripes, and then you pull it off. Or you paint the blue, I don't know if you paint the black stripes or white stripes. But man, the artist, he must have had a whole day to paint that guy. That's what I tell my kids. There, they got Pringles vending machines here. What a country. Pringles in a vending machine. All right. We're heading to Panda Plaza. How's the signal? Still crapping out? Oh. Some little four-legged marsupial over here. Yeah, panda vending machine. What the hell is this thing? Ladies and gentlemen, the ugliest bird in the world. The Abyssinian ground hornbill. Yes, I give you the Abyssinian ground hornbill, native to Central Africa. God, I feel like I'm in a movie. That bird reminds me of the movie The Naked Prey. Have you ever seen the movie The Naked Prey? God, that movie was whacked. There's a horrific cannibalization scene in the beginning of the film where they capture this Belgian hunter and they encase him in they encase him in mud, and then they put him on a spit and turn him over the fire to bake him. God, that thing still gives me horror creeps. That movie was just whacked. The Naked Prey. Hey, buffalo. Bison. Yeah, it was a pretty scary flick. Wilma and Zora. That's the name of the bisons here. Or buffaloes. I'm just trying to get to the pandas, man. Now, last year, if you guys go to my YouTube channel, Penguin 6, you'll see my road trip across the United States. And when we got to Jellystone, or Yellowstone, we actually saw bajillions of those buffaloes out in the wild. It was pretty cool. Okay, we're at Panda Plaza, which is basically a vending shop for panda-related items, which is how they pay the. I think it's $1 million US a year they pay China for the panda. Oh, here he is, Asian Trail. Where's the panda? Oh, I know where he is. He's in here. Do, 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 do. I think it's down here. Oh yeah, there's viewing windows. Don't see him. Giant panda. Here we go. Let's see if he's inside or outside. Whoa, that was a chipmunk. Oh, I see him. He's up there. I think he's up in the cage, I think. For those who don't know, we're looking, Tintin is on TV. Getting a physical, okay. Okay, there's a lot of people up there, so maybe we have a panda over here doing panda. Oh, there he is! We have a panda sighting. Panda in the wild-ish. Can you guys see him? Boy, this has all been renovated since oh, he's just eating, being a hungry panda. There you go. Screenshot away. Let's go upstairs. Let's go up and see if we can see him from... Oh, this is a dead end. Maybe there's another panda. I think there's an upper viewing level. This has actually been renovated since I was last here. The pandas have built some sort of lean-to, I guess. I don't know where this goes. Let's just keep following it and try to find there's two pandas here. So we found one panda, and it's just outside eating. So we're going to make our way indoors and see if we can find it. There is a red panda here somewhere in the zoo, but not in this cage. This is just giant pandas. Maybe the red panda's over here. Yeah, red pandas are over here. But I see him not. Does anyone see the red panda? That guy's drawing a picture, so maybe he sees him. Don't see it. Nope. Let's go find the giant panda. Are there polar bears? No. There used to be a polar bear, but it's too hot in Washington. Okay, let's go inside. Oh, he's inside. You still have a signal? Give me a signal check. Oh, there's one. We lost signal? Oh. Cut through. Yeah, we're in a building. We're going to go back outside. I think the signal's better outside. These guys got like lots of different rooms to play in. Jeez. So they know where they all are. So that's the one. Then the other one is being lazy. And that guy's outside. Yeah, there are lions here. This is amazing. So this is panda monitor and control. Amazing stuff. All right, let's go find him. That is mental amount of panda monitoring. I mean, maybe these pandas are used to that because they are Chinese. And, you know, having that many cameras watching them just makes them feel at home. I don't know. All this bamboo does make me feel like home, like Hong Kong. We haven't quite gotten around to saying home. You know, we still call Hong Kong home. The kids especially. Like, are we going to go home this summer? Yeah, God forbid. So we had the eating panda, and then we had the lazy lie-about panda. But I don't know where lazy lie-about panda is. It's over here. Oh, this is the elephant and giraffe area. There he is. I got him. He's up there. He's like being lazy. Yeah, he's just sort of laying back. The other one's right over here. There's one here. And then the other one is over here. Oh, he's moving. We have movement. How's the signal, guys? You still around? There's not a safari, but there is a lion. Nah, I'm good, thanks. Pixelated. Oh, bummer. So we got two pandas, one and then the other's over here. And then over here on this side we've got the elephant cage. There he is. Ooh. Bum, 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 bum. There are three pandas. One's inside and two are outside. Pixelated. Yeah, hopefully the signal will come back. So there's one over there, and then one was inside eating bamboo and Pringles out of a can. And over here's the baby elephant. There he goes. Pixelated. Oh, I'm sorry about the pixelization. It does blow. Just gotta wait for 5G to roll around. So we're gonna walk around. Hopefully the signal will improve. It does that slowly. God, we got a weak signal. It'll come back, I hope. That's a limitation of live broadcast. Are there tour guides? No, I guess you could get a tour. I've just come here so many times. I don't really need one, yeah. All right, we're going to go down to the elephant house and then make our way to the seals. Yeah, when we went into that room, it got a little weak. Oh man, it smells like elephant dung. Yeah, in Hong Kong, you're never more than like 500 meters from a cell tower. Here, because so much of the city is government land, they don't allow cell towers in the parks and stuff. You know, guys, I'd like to go in there, but I think my signal would just die. I think it's better if I stay outside and show you the outdoor animals. We did see an elephant, though, so we're going to go down to the seals. They're down at the bottom of this flippin' hill, though. So, it's got a bit of a hike. Definitely a squirrel. Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. I like to move it. Passing by the horses. This is the elephants and the rhinos and the hippos and stuff, but they're kind of all hanging inside because it's kind of chilly. I think they're just coming outside to poop. That's why it stinks so badly. Let's see if we got anybody over here. They're renovating the elephant house. Oh, there we go. Baby elephant has made it down here. Look at that. Me and the baby elephant. Dude, is he going to take a bath? That would be awesome. Wouldn't it? Go in the tub. Go. Go in. He's like a baby. Am I hiking the White House? Probably not today. I kind of had this feeling like going to get some wonton noodles. I'm not sure. We're just going to keep walking and then we'll just sort of figure it out when we find out where we are. So the day started with the intention of getting Nando's. But, I get Nando's like once a week. So if I don't get chicken today, I'm not going to die. So if I'm closer to something else, I could get something else. I had pho Sunday night, so I'm not really up for Vietnamese noodles, but I wouldn't mind some wonton noodles if I could find a good place. No, but they share some residents. Not exactly the same house. I don't know. I think you can take pets here. I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, definitely got to be on a leash. And no, like, emotional support ostriches. No, you can't take pets? Okay. I don't really know. I guess I haven't seen many dogs here, now that you mention it. If I ever get on a plane and there's a woman next to me with, like, an emotional support emu or something, I'm just going to punch her. And then I'm going to punch the emu. It's like, grow up! Service animals, yeah. For the visually impaired. Or those who are tracking bombs. Squirrel. It is free, and that's the small mammal house, but to be honest, who wants to see small mammals? We're here for the big stuff. We want big things. Yes, everything's free in DC. All the museums, all the art galleries, and the zoo. All free. Thank you, taxpayers. Though actually, they have a separate account. I mean, of course, the land was given to them by the U.S. government, but the operational expenses come from donations from people like you. Where are the eagles? The bird house is currently being renovated right now. So, but D.C., Maryland actually has a lot of wild bald eagles. In fact, by my house in Maryland, there's often a nest. Great ape. Guys, I can go for the great ape house. I can't guarantee the signal. What do you think? Should we go see the monkeys? Your call. Or should we just go see the seals? Let's go see the seals. We'll stay outside. Go? You guys want to see the great apes? All right, we'll go in. You guys give me signal calls, though, okay? If the signal starts to degrade, I'm going to skedaddle out so we can keep the feed alive. Then we'll make it to the seals. We'll make it to the sea lions after these guys. Boom. Shh, quiet. What do you mean quiet? They're freaking gorillas. Oh my God, it stinks. Imagine a porta potty that exploded. We are monkeyless. Boom, boom. Ooh, hello. It is very warm, but it smells like a porta potty. Those are orangutans. They're the ones that counseled Caesar against war. Look at this guy. He's reading the paper. No, he's licking the paper. I feel sorry for you, buddy. What do we got in here? More orangutans. This is just like orangutan village. And back over here we got a big lot of nothing. Okay, that, whew. Yeah, whew. Air. So this is the orangutan walk. The orangutans can swing from one house to another house using this skyway. Though I don't know if they actually do. There is a gorilla somewhere, but I don't know where he is. So when you walk in here, you actually have to be careful. There might be a orangutan swinging over your head. All right, let's keep going down the seals. Reptile house. I'm not going to go in there. I might have some Harry Potter moment. Some kid might fall behind the glass. And then I'll know I'm a wizard. The warm water you swim. I have never actually seen them swinging. I'd love to see that once. But they do have this pretty cool thing. I think that goes from the orangutan house to the gorilla house or something. If they climb down, they'll get electrocuted. So these poles have got several layers of electric fencing underneath them, and that will give them a little wake-up call. So yeah, here's a picture of them actually using the orangutan crossing. I don't remember this. I don't remember a merry-go-round in the zoo. Yes, Amazon is coming to DC or Crystal City, Virginia. We'll see what it does to the property prices. All right, where are the seals? This way. What the hell? Lemurs and golden monkeys. Seals this way. Quantico, that's pretty far. I think this is the bears. I think Smokey the Bear used to live here. Whoa, squirrel. But right now the bears are being lazy. All right, I want to get down to the seals. They're down low, but all the paths seem to be closed right now. It's constantly renovating. Ooh, chilly. Okay, that's cold. Wind just kicked up. That was not cool. It's all messed up now. I know I'm getting closer. I think this path will go down. Yeah. What's for lunch? I would like wonton noodles or chicken or burger or something. I haven't quite got that far. It kind of depends which side of the zoo I come out on. But I know I'm coming to the seals, which is like the cool. Seals are cool. Seals just have this cool, something spicy. Thai food would be good, maybe. I thought about Mexican food today, but Nando's is possible. Whose helicopter is this? It's the vice president? No, it's the police. Metro cops. Yeah, now look out for some strange guy walking through the zoo. Oh, that's DHS, Department of Homeland Security. All right, they're looking for terrorists. All right, let's see if we got any seal action today. Very pixelated. We're in the boonies, yeah? Keep the zoo safe. Okay, there's gray seals in this tank somewhere. Maybe. They're sleeping underwater. Okay, let's go down to this tank. Because this other tank you can see underwater. I see a lot of movement. Let's go underneath. It's a Pepsi machine that doesn't sell Pepsi. Don't get that. Oh, here we go. Critters. Oh, there's one. It is free. So could you guys see those guys okay? Or is the camera pixelating or something? I don't know if I can see them from up here. Nah, you can't really see them up here because occasionally they breach and pixelating. Bummer. It's a really cool video. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off from down here, and I'm going to make my way back up to the zoo. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll leave you with the seals. We'll go back to the seals. We'll leave you with a picture of the seals, because we're going to go back up to the zoo now and have fun. Go get some food. Maybe we'll come back live when we're eating. Maybe I'll come on the subway. I don't even know if the subway has a signal anymore. Here we go. Look at this guy. Lazy seal. Just being lazy.
My sister loves hyenas.
Alpacas? So this is a cow, and it's here in the zoo because, I don't know, there's not like a bajillion cows in America that you could just see by like pulling over the side of the road and seeing said cow. But we are at the kids' farm, and ooh, Bessie has just come out. That's why Brutus here is pretty excited. There's another cow. Here we go. Dairy cow coming out. Dairy cow coming out. I have basically moved to the U.S. for a while. We're here in Washington, D.C. And we're at the Kids Farm exhibit of the National Zoo, but I'm not a kid, and I grew up near farms, so we're going to bypass that and head for the lions. Why? Because, well, lions are cool. We just ducked into the Amazon exhibit because it's about 85 degrees in there and 100% humidity, and it made me feel like I was back in Hong Kong. Even though it was the Amazon, it still was a jungle. Hi, hey, thanks for the super heart. Here in the DC suburbs, okay. I have a house in Maryland, but I spend most of my days in DC proper. Oh, do I have to go through Country Jubilee? God, it stinks. So we're smelling the cows. We're downwind of the cows, making our way to the lions. Hopefully the lions don't smell as bad. We dropped you guys at the seals because the signal was getting weak. But now we're going to make our way back up to Lion Mountain, which is right over there. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, I did see a bear earlier. That's a freaky looking beehive. I didn't know they made beehives at an angle. Indian black cows? I didn't really see any Indian black cows. Got American beef. I did see the bear was an Andes, so a South American bear. So up on this hill and then down in the pit are the lions and the tigers. And we're going to make our way up there to see said lions and tigers. They don't have a very good bear exhibit here. Smokey used to be here. Smokey was a bear rescued by rangers, turned into a mascot against firefighters. There is a panda. We will go past the panda on the way out. If you watch my earlier video, we hung out at the panda exhibit before making our way past the elephants towards the seals. Now we're going to go back up. It's a wonderful walk through the zoo downhill, but now I'm at the bottom of the hill and I'm making my way back up. Admission is free, as are all the Smithsonians in Washington, D.C. Steam grates. Pouring out steam right now. Not in Hong Kong right now. Sadly, if I was in Hong Kong, I'd be eating some good food right now. Instead, I'm here in America where I'm going to have to eat, well, blah. So let's go see if the lions are around. Going to Lion and Tiger Hill. The bikes or trams. The disabled can get like some sort of assistance, but most people, you're on your own. I don't think you're allowed to bike in here. Rangers have scooters and stuff. All right, do we have any lion action today? Or are they inside for the winter? We are negative on the lions at the moment. Yeah. They could be inside because it is quite cold today. It's about 7 Celsius. I don't think it gets that cold on the plains of Africa. Oh, we've got a lot of people up here. People don't normally stare at empty cages. So let's see what we got. Yeah, we're going to go with this pick. We're going to come into the lions, guys. We hope. There he is. We've got a lion. It's a female. Oh, it's a male lion. He's licking his paws. Can you see him? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? He's moving. Avenge me, Simba. It's gonna poop. I think the lion's gonna poop.
Looks like he's going into like an MRI thing. Whoa.
Hang on a second. Live on Periscope, a lion pooping. This is, I think sometimes they bring his girlfriend over for date night. Where'd he go? There he is. He's 13 years old, I heard the zoo official say. Special lady friend. Signal better? That's good. Don't know his name. Simba? Scar? Mustafa. They go into the inside to have a cage. I don't know how long they live. It doesn't say. If I see something, I'll read it. He did roar a little bit. Celsius. See if we can zoom in a little more, okay? That's it. It's supposed to snow this weekend. He's a lonely lion. He has no friends, no one to play with. Who would play with a lonely lion? I don't think there's anybody else in the cage. It's like all the lions playing all the lion games, all playing mahjong, and they left me out here to entertain the tourists. I could be inside eating a steak, but no, I'm not welcome. I'm the lonely lion. Let's go find a tiger. Yeah, puddles, puddles, puddles. Oh, now he turns at me. Hi. Where are you going? You were my only friend. Ooh. Don't worry, some other kids will. So down these steps is where he gets fed. It's like, zookeeper, zookeeper, bring me my shrubbery. He's waiting to be fed. All right, let's see what else we got today. I don't think we have anybody else out here. So, this is the tiger cage. But there'd be no tigers here today. There's some big cats back here, though. Let's see what we can find back here. So, if I come across a raptor and suddenly disappear, it means I've been shredded and diced. Animals off exhibit. Oh, so, okay, great. He looked, it's winter. Maybe he's on a diet. He's 13. I don't know what that is in dog years or people years. Hey Max, welcome to Periscope. You are in Washington, D.C. at the National Zoo right now. And we just passed the lions and we're making our way around. Maybe go see the panda. What the deer. Okay. That guy's got a walkie-talkie and isn't too plussed about the deer, so I'm going to assume that was not like an escaped deer, but just some random-ass deer. Okay. That was kind of random. Yeah, it was a wild deer. At least I hope it's a wild deer. Right now they're radioing back up to the deer exhibit. You guys missing any deer? Orangutan. So we're at the orangutan house. This is one pit, one part of the orangutans. They can climb the skyway over to their house. So this is the orangutan skyway that crosses apart much of the zoo and lets the orangutans check out each other's houses, go over for cookies, beer, whatever it is orangutans do when they go drop in on someone else. What if they fall? I don't know if they fall. They've got electric fences to prevent them from climbing down. They do have warning signs, warning there may be an orangutan over your head. So this is the Great Ape House, and that's where most of the orangutans live. And then that guy, I'm going to call him Cletus. Cletus the orangutan. Cletus had an affair with his cousin, and so they made Cletus live over in that house. And he only gets to come over here for Christmas. I think that's more interesting than whatever the real story is. Cletus the inbred orangutan. I did read that's a real problem with zoos and their captivity programs, is that so many animals have been crossbred amongst zoos that they do run into inbreeding issues. I think we're going to go see the panda again. You guys want to go back to the panda exhibit? I don't know, I just want to see Panda Command. Panda headquarters was mental. Did you guys, if you're watching my earlier scope, we went into the panda exhibit where they have the panda camera control room watching over all three pandas in an Orwellian state rivaling that of mainland China. So we're going to make our way back up towards the pandas. We'll pass the elephants again. We're not going to go into the elephant house, I don't think, because it really smells. And because when we go in these big old brick buildings, scratching an itch. When we go in these big old brick buildings, we have some real signal issues. Hey, thanks for the super heart. These old stone and brick buildings are basically 1900 Faraday cages when it comes to signals. There are eagles somewhere, but bald eagles are native to this area, Maryland especially, along the bay. So seeing a bald eagle in the wild here is not uncommon. I think we're going to go up this way. So they decorate for Christmas here pretty extensively. For those who don't know, I'm Penguin 6. Used to live in Hong Kong. Now I'm in Washington, D.C., going through reverse culture shock. You can check me out on YouTube, Penguin 6, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Penguin 6, kind of everywhere. It is a nice walkway. It's laid down by Olmsted, the designer of Central Park in New York. He also designed the zoo. And I think this is actually called Olmsted's Walk. Let's go over and see that baby elephant is still here. It is unfortunately uphill. Never get to come here. It's not that expensive. Get a trip out to Washington someday. There are a lot of cool free things. Hey, there's a free, oh, that's the big elephant. Is that the baby? Or is that the big guy? Oh, the big guy's up over there. So we got a couple elephants out now. It is an exercise walking up that hill. I don't have any peanuts. And I can't go far. Oh, there's a baby one. All right, I'm seeing a lot of elephant action over there. There's a big one with some tusks. These are Asian elephants. Where am I? I'm at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C., near the elephant house. And right back there is an elephant. And we're going to go around the other side. We're going to make our way over to the panda exhibit because, let's face it, everybody likes pandas. It's a bit chilly today here in Washington. I'm not ashamed to admit I have my long underwear on. Uniqlo, the best long underwear I've ever had. It's a Japanese super thin underwear. Okay, guys, I'm going to go in to the elephant house. But we'll see if the signal degrades. Guys, bear with me. If the signal goes to crap, I'll be out of here in 30 seconds, okay? So just bear with us. We're going to try. We'll see what happens. Well, screw this. There's no elephants in here. All right. All right, we're not going to go in there. So, no point in losing the signal just to see nothing. Yeah? Back to the pandas. I just stuck my head in the elephant house, and A, it smells like a porta potty. B, there's no elephants in there. It looks like there's some zookeepers like cleaning up the dung, and the elephants are outside. So I was just like, whatever. The Torquay Zoo. Do you guys got a panda? We have 3. Though the pandas are technically just visitors, they'll have to go back to China after a certain number of years. The United States and China do a deal every 10 years or so. Pandas are a huge moneymaker for the US, for the zoo and for the Chinese government. I think they're about $1 million a panda per year. Here we go. Panda. Okay, let's see if we got any panda action outside today. They were out earlier. Now, when the pandas first arrived, the big problem was there was no bamboo. They had nothing to feed them. San Diego Zoo is pretty large. Okay, let's go over here. I think we got some action over here. Where's this guy? Oh, he's sitting up there like a big, lazy, unemployed whale. There he is. A lot of my scopes on Hong Kong are going up on YouTube now. I've got dozens of scopes from Hong Kong I haven't uploaded, so if you go to YouTube, you can always see those. And there's another one over here. It was actually a little bit more active over here, I think. At least he was here earlier. And where'd he go? Well, I saw that one, yeah, but there was one over here earlier, but I don't know where he went.
Oh, I guess they've got like a camera. So you can kind of see them up close.
There's the stairs back here. Oh, that's the lazy one.
I'm going to go look with you.
Yeah. He's sleeping. There should be one inside. Yeah, there's no crowds today. I hesitate to go into Panda House because my signal went to crap last time. Maybe we can see the elephants over here. Oh, yeah. See you later. I don't know where the giraffes are. There is one with tusk down there, farther. These two don't. And this one over here is a baby. But there is one with tusk. He's farther down. I can't really see him from here. Feeding giraffes is fun. I did that at Guangzhou. They have these huge tongues and they reach out and grab whatever it is. It's kind of cool. If you got kids, definitely take them to feed giraffes. Took my kid to feed the giraffe, and the giraffe just like horked the entire plant out of his hands. My kid's like, that sucked. You used to be able to go on the roof over there and look down at the pandas, but I guess that's closed now. So I'm going to take you inside. There's the panda up there. We're going to go inside the panda building. Now the signal might degrade. If it does, I'll come out again. But I gotta show you this crazy. You know what? I don't think it really matters today. It's the exit. I'm gonna show you this crazy camera setup. They've got to monitor all these pandas. Panda Command. Dude, when you see this, that's the only description you could possibly have. Panda headquarters is right in here on my left. Pretty crazy, isn't it? Yeah, the other ones are asleep somewhere. You guys can watch online here. 24-hour surveillance. Yeah, we'll duck out. Yeah, they're basically leased for 10 years. I think it's like $1 million a year or something crazy like that. So let me see what video I got here. Squirrel. Okay, for those of you who couldn't really follow that because the signal degraded, if you go to my Instagram, Penguin6, I am going to put up a video of or just a photo of what it looked like, since it was pretty impressive. Pandas in the Washington. Okay guys, so I'm putting up a picture on my Instagram, posting right now. There we go. Penguin6 is my Instagram feed. We just posted from the National Zoo. You guys can see a photo of Panda Command if you want to see it a little bit more in depth. That's on my Instagram, Penguin6. Cool. Now we're making our way back out of the zoo, and we're going to go find something to eat. Maybe there's a Panda Express nearby. That would suck. I must confess, I have not tried Panda Express since coming back to America. Maybe I should do a tour of bad Chinese restaurants in America. Hey, how's it going? Hey, thanks for the super heart, and welcome to the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. We're just kind of at the end. We just visited the panda cage. Pandas were a little lazy. I think the zebra's over here. Should be a zebra. Guess the zebra was here earlier. And there he is. He's still up there. And it smells like zebra poop. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, though. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day and go get some lunch. Feel free to follow me for more views of Washington, D.C., or my YouTube Penguin6 for views of Washington and Hong Kong. Lots of video blogs coming up very soon. Instagram Penguin6 for more pictures. Bye, guys. Thanks.